Welcome to Hands on Magic. In today's video we're going to be discussing the topic of cleansing, what it is, why we do it, and how we do it. Cleansing is simply removing the negative energy from a person, place, or object, and the reasons we have to occasionally cleanse our stuff and different areas varies from the fact that some things naturally absorb negativity out of the area, or you as part of helping to cleanse or protect something, like this smoky citrine, or just because something has been around negative people or events. And if we don't cleanse those negative vibes, they can bring more negativity out of us, causing a feedback loop. One personal example of this is, for a while I would use blacksmithing as a way to relieve stress. So if I was in a bad mood, I would go out and hammer on some metal. Well, it got to the point that whenever I would start blacksmithing, I would get into that bad mood, just because that negativity that I was feeling was going into my tools and workspace, which is one reason why it is especially important to cleanse yourself and your tools after doing any kind of revenge type spell, where you might be in an emotionally darker place, and that energy can seep into our tools and workspace. So now that we've covered why we cleanse stuff, let's talk about some signs that might tell us when we need to cleanse. First off, objects that have a lot of negativity in them might feel unusually heavy or have a slimy feeling in your hands. We can also use pendulum dowsing simply by asking if whatever it is needs to be cleansed. But the most impactful way of knowing that an area or object needs to be cleansed is noticing that you have an unusually dark or grouchy emotional state in that place, or around that object. So now let's get into how we can cleanse things. The most common thing used for cleansing is sage, and it works by canceling out negative energy with a large amount of positive energy because of sage's sacred and very positive nature. And there are a number of different herbs that can be used in that same method to smudge things. Another very easy way to cleanse something, especially small objects, is to hold them under cold running water and visualize the negativity as a black gunk being washed out of the object. You can also use water to cleanse yourself and other objects by making a bath with salt and other herbs added in to purify that negative energy. Other notable ways of cleansing objects is to either bury them in the ground, wrapped up in a cloth for a few days, especially the 3 days leading up to a new moon, because that time is a good time to get rid of things. Or to leave whatever you're wanting to be cleansed in direct sunlight, so the sun's energy can cancel out any negativity that might be in the object. Keep in mind when doing this that some crystals, and especially crystal balls, can be fire hazards if you leave them in direct sunlight unsupervised. Speaking of fire, if you no longer want the object, you can also burn it to get rid of the negativity and the object. Now then, we can use energy manipulation to cleanse objects and areas. The way I like to cleanse an object using energy manipulation is to take the object and visualize grabbing that black gunk energy without drawing any of it into myself, and push it down to the white hot center of the earth and let the earth purify that energy. Then return that purified white energy back into the object that I'm cleansing. Energy manipulation can be very effective at cleansing areas as well, specifically if it's a public place like work where you can't really run around smudging the place. And to do that is very simple. You visualize a white light in the center of your chest and build that energy up to the point that it's almost going to explode, and then let it explode out of you, filling up the room or the place that you're in, and dispersing all of the negativity that area might have. It might take a couple of times to get all of the gunk gone, but it can be done without anyone else around you knowing what you're doing, unless they're already sensitive to energy. Anyway, I think that concludes today's video. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. And have a great day.